Hello! It is time to talk about some makeup news, some new makeup releases, some things I've already bought, some things I want to buy, some things I'm gonna skip. Let me know in the comments what you think about these new releases and let's get into it. By the way, what I'm wearing right now on my face is a new Emma Roberts collection. We'll get into that in a little bit. We'll be talking about that. A video is already up with a different look. This is the second look I did, which is gonna be in a short form video if you want to see how I got this look. By the way, also, I chatted to you last week about my house being under construction, sort of. Things are happening and they're not done yet. They were supposed to be done on Friday, yesterday. As I'm filming this is a Saturday, but some things didn't go exactly as planned, so that might still change some things. I just took out the absolutely necessary products to do my makeup, to film some videos, but also the background is still pretty minimal because I didn't want to put everything back just yet. If they need to get back in this room and I need to put everything to the side, so then you know what's happening. All right, let's start with the first thing I want to talk about. Shroud Cosmetics is closing down. They have a closing down sale. They will no longer be a brand. I've never tried Shroud Cosmetics, but I do remember being really intrigued by the Betty Bean first collab that they did. I really wanted that, but at the time I wasn't really into colorful eyeshadow just yet, and it's hard to imagine now. I feel like through the past years I've gotten more and more comfortable with colorful makeup, but at the time I thought, okay, I'm probably not gonna use it even though I think this looks so amazing, so cool. So I didn't buy it in the end. Also, I was a student. I didn't have the money to spend on makeup. I thought at the time that I bought so much makeup, but I feel like in the end I maybe spent 50 euros a month on makeup, and really I thought about things for such a long time before I bought them. It was a different time. I wasn't on YouTube yet, I wasn't on Instagram yet, but that's what I remember them from. I do know there was some drama with this brand because they weren't responding to customers, they weren't sending out the orders, they were kind of ghosting everyone. Now it has become clear that she had a death in the family, which is extremely sad, but I think maybe an email could have gone out telling people that they weren't being scammed and that in the end they would get their orders. It was a little bit of a strange situation. I would get nervous. If I bought from them at that time, I would have gotten nervous. But they're closing down. This is the end for them. Then we have some new releases from the brand Queen Musia, and we have some bronzers. These are the Voyage Nostalgique Soft Sunlight Bronzers, and I think we have 3 different shades. These look pretty warm tone to me. Yeah, I don't think that I could personally wear any of these. I'm not gonna be picking any of these up. It's a buttery powder bronzer that is packed with powerful skincare ingredients for the most sophisticated, long-wearing, sun-kissed radiance. So they're glowy bronzers, which sounds nice. These are gonna be $35 on the Queen Musia website. They look cute, but yeah. As I said, not going to be picking those up. We also have the new blushes from the same brand. Plaisir Nostalgique Hybrid Blush. A hybrid formula that combines the staying power of a powder with the comfort of a cream blush. I feel like we're seeing a lot of these types of products nowadays where it's like a cream to a powder. I feel like that's very on trend. This blush is long-wearing, buildable, and has a lightweight texture that blurs and reduces the appearance of imperfections while giving seamless pop of color to your complexion. That sounds really nice. The colors look cute. That sounds like a lovely blush formula. These are going to be $32, so a little bit more affordable than the bronzers. I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to try bronzers and blushes from a new brand right now. I have so many bronzers and blushes. I'm kind of sticking to the brands I know, but I do think these look cute. Of course, a brand can persuade me. I feel like I might buy a blush from a brand that I haven't bought from in a really long time, but it has to be something truly exciting. Then we have from Tom Ford the new Sun Spark Lip Balm, a pearlescent cushioning balm that protects lips with a wash of immediate shine and hydration. This is gonna be $35. It's gonna be quite a pigmented, shimmery, kind of metallic looking lip balm. I think it could be actually really cute. The color is not for me. Orange, I'm not putting orange on my lips. I love it on other people. It's just, it doesn't work for me. The lip swatches look really cool. I'm kind of liking the idea of this. It's a little out there, but it's kind of cool. kind of like it. Like, there are definitely metallic lipsticks that I like. There are metallic lipsticks in my collection that I like. If it has the right shade and it isn't too frosty. This looks cool. I think some people could really enjoy this. But I'm not gonna buy this. But who knows? Maybe they will have other shades. This is in 02 Sun Spark. Pearlescent Soft Peachy Nude Balm. It doesn't look peachy nude to me. It looks quite bright to me. What is 01? Is there another shade in this? Well, I'm not gonna buy that. I still, though, have the Lip Balm, the Soleil Lip Balm from last week in the back of my mind. Don't think it's available anywhere yet here in the Netherlands. Then Tarte has come out with a Maracuja Juicy Eye and Cheek palette. So we have an eyeshadow palette with cheek shades in there as well. I always find this kind of tricky. I do feel like the lighter palette has shades that probably would work on me, but then they show it on a model that has way more tan skin than I do. So now I'm like, would it work on me? The eyeshadows look pretty nice, like a pretty basic eyeshadow palette, some rosy tones, some mauves, and then some browns. The darker palette is really interesting with the blushes. I feel like, are the eyeshadows the same and then only the blush is different? Well, at least they did something with that, because sometimes you have just one palette with one blush, highlighter, and bronzer, and if it's not for your skin tone, then tough luck. This is what you get. This is all. So I like that they have two versions. It still feels a little bit limiting to me. Still wouldn't have made this choice myself. I just feel like eye and cheek palettes is often not a very good idea, because then you really have to like everything and everything has to work for you, and just the more type of products you add, the harder that gets. I think these look pretty cute. I don't think I'm gonna pick these up. These are $52. They are now at Ulta. I feel like often Tarte puts like coconut in their cheek products, which makes me not really want to use them, because I do know that coconut breaks me out. I'm a little scared of it. Like, I don't want to take the risk, spend $52. Well, here in Europe it's a bit more expensive than that even. Let's say 60 euros. I wouldn't want to spend 60 euros on a palette that breaks me out. So I'm skipping this. It looks pretty cute, but it's definitely not pulling me in. Then we have new shades from the Buttermelt Bronzers by NYX, and I think this is a great step. I feel like this is a pretty popular product. People really love this formula. I really enjoy the formula, but at first they came out with very rosy shades, and now we actually have some more bronzy shades that actually look more like a warmer bronzer. And I feel like people that didn't like these bronzers often are people that really enjoy a truly bronzy bronzer, more of a classic shade. So I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy this. These are not for me. I'm really happy with the rosy bronzer that I have, the kind of like rosy peachy shade. I feel like I have the lightest one. Really happy with that. I feel like it works perfectly for my skin tone. But if you wanted to try this formula and thought they looked too rosy before, this could be interesting. Then new from Estée Lauder, we have the Pure Color Melt On Glosstick. So this is a melting solid gloss with reflective mirror shine, a lip plumping effect, and lush pillowy comfort. And I think this looks really interesting. It looks really like trendy for Estée Lauder. I don't feel like they are a very trendy brand. Made me think a lot of the Hourglass as well. Like, maybe it's the golden packaging, but at first when I saw this, I immediately thought, okay, Hourglass. I do think that these look really nice on the lips. We have some really nice lip swatches here, and you can build them up. They look very glossy. I could actually have a look at these in store. I think I could find these in store. Like, the shade Melted Melon looks really nice. Melted Rose also looks really nice. These are gonna be $38. Well, in the Netherlands, I guess they could be like 40. I could swatch them in store and maybe buy one on sale online. I would want to see the shades. I would really want to be sure if I spend the money on such an expensive lipstick. But it looks nice. I'm kind of intrigued, and I don't know. I could like this. I could be into this. I would like to see a video. I would like to see some lip swatches, a video. I would like to see people trying this and telling me if this is good. But if I don't, I might be the one to try this and tell you if this is good. It's gonna kind of depend if I will take one for the team. I do it often, but sometimes I just want to wait a little bit. Then we have from Salem Cosmetics Nola the new Ghostly Glam eyeshadow palette. We have blue, red, a lot of special shades. It looks kind of interesting. I feel like a lot of indie eyeshadow palettes nowadays have this kind of like a cool tone and red combination. And I feel like I want to see something different. I want to see something else. I don't feel super inspired when I see these color stories. I get that it's on trend right now. I also don't feel like this is a palette that looks like every other palette. But I'm just not super inspired by this kind of color story. I have a few that are this kind of color story that I do enjoy. And I feel like it's enough for me because I don't wear red eyeshadow that often. And I also don't wear like dark gray eyeshadow that often, but I do think that this looks cute. It looks like good quality. I do like the look of those shades in the pan. Like definitely an interesting launch, an interesting brand. I've never tried them. Then we have a new release by Lacquer. It's the Songs of the Siren collection. I think it's pretty funny that we already get these really water themed, sea themed collections from nail polish brands. Like not too long ago, we saw the Off the Deep End collection by Hello Taco, and now we have another sea-themed kind of like bright, sparkly collection by Lacquer. These look cute. I'm not really thinking about trying Lacquer at this point. I don't hear a lot about them, but it looks like cute colors. Alright, next up we have some new flavors or scents from the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask and their Lip Glowy Balm. So we have Matcha Bubble Tea and Taro Bubble Tea. Sounds really interesting. I love Taro. I love Matcha. I love Matcha so much. I recently tried Taro and I thought, where has this been all my life? I want to drink that again. It is so good. These look really cute. I love the colors. I don't really feel like at this point I want or need a Laneige sleeping mask. I have some other lip balms that I just really enjoy and that really work well for me and that are definitely enough for me. I don't feel like the lip sleeping mask is still a favorite for me. I feel like it has been dethroned. I did use one up completely, then I bought another one, but I just kind of like stopped using that other one. I've been using the lip balm from Made by Mitchell a lot recently, and I have some really great lip balms. The Essence one in a squeezy tube, I keep talking about it, it's just my ultimate favorite, and I just feel like that is so much more hydrating than the Laneige. I did buy the Laneige lip serum in the strawberry sprinkle. Was it strawberry sprinkle? I did buy that one. I don't know where it is right now. I had to put everything away, as I said, so I don't know where my stuff is, but I really want to try that one. I'm gonna see if I can find that one because I really want to try it out. It always looks so good. The shade looks really nice. I don't know how I feel about the applicator, but I still have to put that on my lips, but I'm gonna do a short with that. Then we have a new brand. This is Chokehold Cosmetics, and this feels very like goth, dark, moody. You have the red and the black. I did read somewhere that this is a brand made by a cousin of Hayden Hans, the owner of Unearthly Cosmetics. So there is an affiliation, a connection between those brands. This brand is launching the 17th of April. And we do have a eyeshadow palette with cheek shades in there as well. We have a brush set and we have a liquid lipstick. I don't know how I feel about the name of this. I feel like it's a little much for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm not cool enough for this brand, but I feel like the name is not something that I would want to say over and over and over and over again. It looks nice. The shimmers look like they would be really beautiful. As I said before, I don't really love the concept of cheek shades with eye shades. I see potential here in a way. I'm gonna watch what they're doing, but I'm definitely not gonna buy this first release. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes to Monolith pretty quickly because of the affiliation with Unearthly Cosmetics, and of course Unearthly is already a Monolith. I don't think this is my color story. Once again, we see the red, we see a black. It's kind of like a gray, red, black, if I'm seeing that correctly. I don't see any swatches here, but I don't think this release is gonna be for me. I'm gonna try and slow down a little bit with buying eyeshadow palettes because I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I still need to test, and some of those eyeshadow palettes have a lot of shades. I just need to take some time, also because at some point we're gonna be at the halfway point of the year, and then I want to do an eyeshadow palette ranking and I want to know what I have in my hands. I want to be able to actually do that. So I'm trying to slow down. I also told you this weekend on Sunday there's gonna be another release at Monolith, and they will have the 9-pan palettes from Unearthly that I was thinking about. They will have the Emo palette by Adept that I was thinking about. And they have the new brush set by Cinch that I was also thinking about buying. But I think I'm gonna hold off. I did buy some other things from like different brands, but I think I'm gonna hold off for a little bit with the indie eyeshadow palettes, because I also just got in 2 eyeshadow palettes from Chokehold Cosmetics. I did a video with that. And I also have a big eyeshadow palette by Beauty Creations. I did film a video with that, but it has been pushed back. I thought that video would probably be uploaded this week, but so much has happened that it's gonna be next week. But that eyeshadow palette, I need to really dive into that, because that formula, ooh, that was something. Then we have from Iconic London the Bronzing Elixir, a hydrating tinted elixir that delivers a bronze glow. Sun-kissed skin bottled, and it's 25 pounds, it says. So that would be like 30 euros, I guess. Something like that. It's a glowy bronzing elixir. It looks like it would be pretty dark. It looks like it could be a little bit more on the shimmery side. When it comes to this type of product, I have the Essence one. I barely use it, but I do really enjoy that one. So if I want to have that bronzy look, I would probably go for something that I already own. Sounds nice, but it also sounds like something that all other brands already have in their collections and that I don't need from Iconic London as well. Then we have from Juvia's Place the new Nubian eyeshadow sticks. Bold matte, dazzling shimmers, effortless artistry, all in one swipe. These are looking kind of good. They are all nude shades. I don't know, I can't say much about it. I'm not gonna buy this. I did actually, okay, I will talk about this later. I will talk about some sort of eyeshadow stick that I did buy, but I don't feel like I need this in my life. I did hear very good things about that Juvia's Place blush that we talked about a few weeks ago, I think. And I did check the website, but I couldn't find a shade in that blush that I would actually enjoy. So I don't think there's a Juvia's Place order in the cards for me. But generally, I am not actively going after like eyeshadow sticks. It's not really the first thing that I reach for, the first thing that I use. Sometimes I try eyeshadow sticks for a collection or something like that, but it isn't really something that I'm super excited about, that I get super excited about. I don't know how much these are, but I'm guessing they won't be very expensive. Then we have a new lip stain, a Lip Shift lip stain from Revolution. This is the Sunset one, and this looks very cool when just applied, but of course you have to peel it off and then it becomes a very bright coral. This is not my type of lip product. I have decided that I am gonna stop trying to make lip stains work for me. It just doesn't work on dry lips. That is my experience. Maybe you have dry lips and you love lip stains. Maybe there's still a chance there, but I have so many lip stains. I've tried so many lip stains. I'm not gonna buy them myself. At this point, I have enough of them, and there are just other type of lip products that I personally get more excited about. Then next up, this was a sneak peek that we talked about last week, I believe. This is the new glowy blushes from Unearthly Cosmetics. And these are the Incandescent Glowing Blush. Sounds really interesting. We have 5 shades. They seem to be more of a almost satin blush. It does have a glow, but it's not shimmery. I don't think that I see a shade here that I would really be interested in. And I also don't know if this would get to Monolith anytime soon. I'm gonna be actually skipping on this. I was kind of interested at first, but I don't think I have to pick up any of these. But knowing Unearthly, they usually come out with more shades of a range, so who knows what might happen. Then we have new products by Prada Beauty. We have the Prada Glow Night, a lip oil in stick texture. And then we have the Prada Light Global Highlighters. I am not really interested in Prada. I do think it's a slightly intriguing brand, but I think the overall vibe of them isn't really for me. I'm not going to be picking this up. Also an oil in a stick. I tried one from Revolution. It was so thin, it didn't do anything for me. So I think I'm done with that concept. Then we have the new Stay Golden Bronzer and Contour by Moira. And this is actually coming out in 10 shades, which is crazy. That is a lot of shades. I don't know if I've ever seen this many shades of bronzer being released. I'm kind of intrigued by this. I don't know how quickly this would get to Bougie Shop. I do believe this is also available at Zalando. So that could also be interesting. I'm no longer buying like powder products from Zalando because if it breaks, they refund you like €1 unless you send it back, which makes no sense. So, but a cream I could maybe buy from Zalando. I don't want to support them per se, but it could if that would be the first place where they have this. That 150N and 200C look like pretty interesting shades. Like maybe even 250N could work for me. But 150N looks like a really nice neutral tone that I could actually really like. I do like the cream blush formula from Moira. So if this is somewhat similar, that could be interesting. But this is a soft matte skin finish cream to powder texture. I could try this out. I could be about it. I've been trying a lot of bronzers and I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing a ranking all of the bronzers that I've tried this year video, because last year there was just nothing. There was nothing going on. I didn't try any bronzers. Well, I tried maybe 3 or 4. This looks really good. I kind of feel like maybe we could have gotten one darker shade, like a truly dark shade, like what Made by Mitchell does with his Curve Case Darker, I think. Is it darker? But this is already really good. We have so many undertones. We have so many different shades. It's looking interesting. I could be about this. I could try this out. And then finally, we are seeing the inside of the new and improved Glaminatrix Cosmetics Nearly Natural Eyeshadow Palette. I own the older version of this. Love it so much. And I definitely want to pick this up. I want to compare them. And also this is an updated formula. All of this, if I'm not mistaken, is updated. And it also has extra shades. It has 9 gorgeous sparkly shimmers, 1 baked eyeshadow, which is a new formula, which I'm interested to try. It is a shimmery black. But I want to see what the formula is about. And then 10 creamy pigmented mattes. Pre-sale opens Sunday, April 20th. It's going to be $53 US, which is not bad for such a big palette. And I love the Glaminatrix formulas. I am really excited about this. I feel like this is going to be a very hyped palette. I'm going to see. I think I will buy it directly from the website. I've had great experiences with that. Let me see what you'd want to see with this. Would you want to see multiple looks? Would you want to see mostly comparisons? What do you want to see? I'm really excited about this. This could be like my ultimate go-to perfect neutral palette. Like, I'm excited. But I have already talked about this. Like, this is a 4th time that I'm talking about this eyeshadow palette and the sneak peeks in this video, in the Bioskip video, because I'm just so excited about it. Like, a good slightly spicy neutral palette with very nice shimmery shades. That is what gets my makeup heart beating faster. That is something that just gets me very excited. Then we have, I didn't realize this was new. I didn't realize this was happening, but I don't know, how did I actually realize? Probably I saw a video about it. This is a new liquid blush formula by Colourpop. They had their like cream liquid blushes, and now we're getting a shimmery version. So this is the shimmery pearl finish, infused with hyaluronic acid and polyglutamic acid to boost hydration, sea moss to retain moisture, and niacinamide to smooth the look of skin. 6 new pearly shades, $10 US each. It is now available. I am actually really excited about this. I think those middle 2 shades look like my ideal blush shades. Looks so good. I think that kind of like brownie nude also looks really interesting. I could see myself using this as kind of like a bronzer topper because it has kind of like a rosy cool tone look to it. The very cool tone pink also looks nice, but I'm kind of like looking at these more rosy ones. This could be the thing that convinces me to finally buy something from Colourpop again. It has been years. It has truly been years, and it's not personal. It's nothing personal. It's just they didn't do anything that made me want to buy from them. So I'm kind of thinking of doing this. I'm kind of thinking of buying this, and this is going to be something that I truly buy for myself because I'm just really excited about it. If I buy from Colourpop, if I truly make this order, what do you think I should throw in my cart? I'm kind of thinking of putting some eyeliners in my cart. I've been really into trying different eyeliners. And next to that, I don't know, maybe the Skin Tint Stick Balm. I could see myself enjoying that as well. I'm gonna think about it if I'm gonna order from Colourpop. I might for this. Okay, and then it's finally time to talk about the new Emma Roberts x Kiko Milano collection. I did a video. I have 5 different products from this collection. I got the eyeshadow palette here. This is the eyeshadow palette in Nude Infinity, and this is a neutral eyeshadow palette. I feel like the mattes in here so far seem quite blendable, but they are a little bit on the softer side. I feel like you get a more soft neutral look with this. The shimmers are very creamy. Didn't notice any creasing so far. Very creamy, different textures. Some are a little bit more like smooth, some are a little bit more sparkly. Packaging, really nice. I really like the packaging they did on this collection. I also got one of the blush duos. This is the Blush Buddies Lips and Cheeks palette in 02 Cherry on top. So this is the one with the cherry and a pink shade. Also what I'm wearing right now. This is all what I'm wearing right now. This is a really nice formula. I really like it. It's very pigmented, but it can definitely be blended out. It's a very natural, like, glow, creamy look on the skin. Really like this one so far. I still have to really try it on the lips. This is the lipstick that I'm wearing right now. This is the Emma Roberts x Kiko Milano Juicy Kiss Lip Stylo in 02. This is not my favorite. I feel like it's emphasizing a little bit of texture on my lips. Like, the color is nice, but it's just sinking in a little bit. I could maybe test this again after I have actually like scrubbed my lips, but I feel like with lip balms, I just want them to smooth over everything. I have a lot of them that actually do that, so that's not my favorite. And then this one I'm actually really excited about. This is the Unlimited Double Touch in 02 Nude Bloom, and I just love how this wore, how this looked yesterday when I did my video. This just lasts for such a long time. It stays feeling hydrating, it stays feeling comfortable even after the gloss has worn off a little bit, and I really love the shade. Like, this is such a good shade, a little bit like my lips but better. And also the Glow Sculpt liquid bronzer, I got this shade in 01 Sunlit Sand. This is quite a light shade. It's a little bit more on the warmer side, very subtle. I feel like I just don't get enough product with this little applicator. I just feel like there's a hole, in the bottom of this which disperses the product, and it should kind of like get into that sponge and then you can apply it. But I just feel like the sponge doesn't take up enough product, and you really need to dip in multiple times to get it on your face. So I actually made another order after doing that video because I was so impressed with this liquid lipstick. And I went on the Kiko Milano website to get like all the information from my description box, and then they were like, oh, you know what, here, 30% off. And that really made me think. Like, when I was in the Kiko Milano store and I was just swatching the liquid lipsticks, I thought, well, that's an expensive video if I do a lip swatching video with all of these or most of these. But then with 30% off, I was like, okay, I will get the shades that I am personally most excited about, and I probably will do a lip swatching video with that. I don't know if it will be long form or short form. I do think if any of those aren't as smooth, I want to be able to say that. I want to be able to tell you, because also last year with the Unlimited Double Touch limited edition that they did, they all looked pretty good on the short form video, but I could see in real life, and you could see on camera, like on my actual camera and not on my phone camera, it's a big difference in quality. You could actually see that some of them weren't as smooth. So I kind of am thinking about doing a YouTube video with a few of those shades that I bought. I also decided to grab the deeper shade in this because I just feel like this is so subtle on me. Does that mean that the second shade would actually work on me, and that then because it's more pigmented, it's a little bit of a darker shade, I wouldn't have to dip in so many times? I just want to see what this bronzer formula is about. So that is kind of like for science. It's not that I love this one so much, but I kind of want to know what's going on. So I'm not criticizing this product maybe on something that is kind of like my own fault for buying the wrong shade. So that is what I bought. I also bought, in the end, one of the 3-in-1 eye products. I saw a shade that looked really interesting, really like this really cool, not too deep kind of brown. It's kind of like, is it gray, is it brown? It's mostly gray, but it's more of a warmer gray. And I thought that could be really nice in waterline, but when I was first in the Kiko store, I thought, okay, I'm not gonna buy everything at once. I'm just gonna see how I feel about like the 5 products that I picked that I was most excited about. But then when I got the 30% off, I thought, okay, let's dive a little bit deeper into this collection. Would you want to see in the lip swatching video the darker bronzer and the 3-in-1 eye product? Would you want to see that? Let me know how you would want to see that packaged, because I already did my official like first impressions video. I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place explaining this collection to you, talking about this collection to you, but I am hungry. I need to go eat breakfast. Like this time around, I was like, okay, I will start filming a little bit earlier, because sometimes it just takes me such a long time to get started and then it's so late and I'm stress editing. By the way, this mug is from the Efteling. If you're Dutch, you know what this is about. Maybe if you're not Dutch, you already know. Like, I feel like the Efteling is becoming more and more popular. Okay, let me see. I don't think I've talked about all of the products just yet. Oh, the makeup bag, really nice. I think you shouldn't buy 3 products just to get the makeup bag. It's like the free gift with purchase. This thing. It's a free gift with purchase, but this is quite a big makeup bag and you can put it down on your vanity and just do your makeup from there, which is great. So I think this is one of the best like gifts with purchase that they've had, but of course don't buy things because of that. We also have in this collection a face serum and primer. I didn't buy it because Kiko Milano, they put perfume in everything. They put it in everything. I just didn't want to risk it. We also have a concealer and foundation in one. This is the Glow and Seek Liquid Concealer plus Foundation, and I just didn't really feel like this was the most exciting thing to me from a collection. But I also don't really like the idea of buying like brow pencils, eyebrow gels, concealer, foundation, things like that you use pretty much on the daily, that you could use pretty much on the daily, to buy that in a limited edition. What if I love this and then I use it up and that's it? I feel like eyeshadow palettes, blushes, bronzers, lip products, usually it takes me quite some time, so I'm okay with them being limited edition. I don't feel like I ever really repurchase like colored makeup because I just don't go through them as quickly. Like, I've panned some blushes in the past, I have used up some lip products, but I feel like I never really mind a eyeshadow palette being limited edition or not, personally. But I feel like this, I just didn't want to love it because then I couldn't repurchase it, because I use up these things. Like this concealer by Catrice, it's almost gone. And then we also have some brow wax. We have some mascaras, also a brown one, but I didn't really feel personally like buying that. Reusable eye patches, a lip scrub. Like, we have some interesting things in this collection. I think that the overall look and feel of the collection is done really nice. It feels very elevated, it feels classy, it feels classic. I did get a comment or a few comments of people wondering why Emma Roberts is collabing with Kiko Milano. They have appointed her as their brand ambassador, I think somewhere in 2024, and they have done multiple campaigns with her. I feel like some of those campaigns weren't exactly that she thought of the products. Like, there was this hydro skincare line. I don't think she actually was involved in the making of that because it wasn't really like Emma Roberts x Kiko Milano. They did have a range of Unlimited Double Touch, as I said last year, that I did do a video on, I think with all of the shades. So there was already some sort of collab with them, and then this is really like truly the collection that she created, her signature collection. I don't know why they appointed her as their ambassador, but I feel like we're gonna be seeing her more and more. Like, she's just really the face of the brand right now, and I do feel like this is probably a collection that she has had more of a hand in, and it's really about the products that she uses. I'm kind of missing a highlighter in this collection, but it could definitely be that she's not the type of person to use a highlighter. For the rest, I feel like it's a collection that pretty much can give you a full face. I think this is pretty fun. I do feel like for me, the summer collection by Kiko is gonna be more exciting. I'm hoping it's gonna be more exciting. We don't know what they're gonna do. Like one year they had the Little Mermaid collection, and to me that was a little bit of a so-so collection. I thought it was good, pretty good. I love the highlighter, but it was not all amazing. But then last year they had the Gold Reflections, and that is just one of my favorite collections they have ever done. That was a great collection. All the cheek products were amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm thinking that's probably gonna release mid-May. So yeah, that is already pretty close. To me, for me personally, I feel like the collabs with celebrities across the board, like for all of the brands, for all of the collabs, it's not really necessary. It doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't get me extra excited, but I do think we have some pretty fun things in this collection. I do really love the blush duo. That is really nice, and of course the Unlimited Double Touch. I hope the shades, the other shades that I bought, are gonna be as good as this one. Then I'm gonna be very happy. All right, and then I think that's gonna be everything that I have to talk about in this video. After I'm done filming my buy or skip videos, I always feel like I have fallen apart halfway through. Like a lip liner that would usually last me all day is just disappeared off my face. I don't know. I think I don't talk that much usually. Like this is my time of the week to talk. Okay. So we definitely have some products that I already bought. And there are also some products that I'm very excited to pick up. I'm really excited to get more into like summer makeup, summer releases. Let's see when that is really gonna start happening. Like the weather is so nice right now in the Netherlands. This is gonna be the warmest day of the year so far. And I'm gonna quickly edit this video and then I'm gonna go outside. I'm very excited about that. Okay. I'm gonna stop talking. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.